What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag. I've been out here for 2 hours. I go to do a little cleaning up, getting ready to watch some football, and then my son runs out and tells me, "Hey, Dak Prescott has signed a 4-year extension, 4 years, $240 million. My man got paid. I don't know how you guys feel, but damn, I'm glad it's over. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, you understand what I just said. It is done. The drama-free Cowboys get the deal done. Move forward with Dak Prescott. I'm all for it. I am just, feeling much better. And I know the haters, they love to talk and whatever. Say what you want. He's the guy that is going to give us the best opportunity to get to where we need to go. So those of you who don't like it can kiss that ass. Kiss that ass, because my man is here and he's here to stay, and I believe it, and he's going to get it done. So I'm just happy because I don't like distraction. It's like I said, I don't want no distraction. I don't want any of that drama. Dak Prescott has been an upstanding player, ambassador to the Cowboys, always done the right thing. He's got to step it up in certain situations. Make no mistake about it, but the team's got to step up. It's a team thing. And I'm glad it's 4-year, $240 million. I think guarantees $231. So it's pretty much a guaranteed contract. I didn't get all the numbers yet because I was out, got off the phone with my man Cuts, mixing it up a little bit, doing a fine tuning of the Cowboys Cave tailgate party. And then next thing you know, I start vacuuming, doing the house chores while my wife gets back. So we have a little get together to kick off this season. So I'm good. Should have Shador. That's exactly what I want. Yeah. Well, thanks God, my man Jesus is not the GM and running the Cowboys. So thank you, Jesus, for that. I appreciate it. Thankfully, you're not good enough in that part of football to make any kind of impact. So definitely good, man. Definitely good. Let's see. Now, Jimmy's at. Now I'm inconvenienced. So we're getting this thing. It's about time they did sign him. You had the feeling it was going to get done. Cuts and I, we were on the phone just actually like 10 minutes ago talking about it. And it's like, why would they drag this thing out? Don't wait. You know what the number is. And it's so funny. Like the haters of it say, oh, he's not worth $75 million. He ain't get $75 million. He got $60 million, exactly what everyone else figured that quarterback is going to get. So I'm very happy. And Falk, I couldn't agree with you more. I got condolences to your Michigan team. They met up with a buzzsaw, but anyway, I agree with you on Shador. I mean, what I saw from Shador yesterday, I don't know if I want him being my quarterback. So, and it's time for all of them to show up. I mean, what are we talking about, Larry? It's time for all of them to show up. I mean, people go look at all the playoff games Dak Prescott got. You cherry pick a San Francisco game that, hey, he played bad, but so did the whole offense. Couldn't run the ball. Couldn't do anything. You cherry pick that. I mean, let's look at the whole body of work if that's what we're going to nitpick on everything. Look at the 3 of the games that he lost in the playoffs. He wasn't responsible. He did what he needed to do. Sometimes you go up against a great defense. Sometimes you go up against a better team. It is what it is. That's just the way it goes. I mean, that San Francisco team, 2 years ago, they were the better team. I talked about it on the show today. They were the better team. I mean, we still had a chance to win. I mean, had we made a play here or there on defense, or if Pollard didn't get hurt because he was running the ball well, maybe things change. I like yours. I mean, I was impressed with him. I think he's got a shot to be, good. Who's the last good Texas quarterback in the NFL? Was there ever one? I don't even know if there ever was one. Vince Young had that year. But we'll see. Let's get what's going on here. It's time to focus on the best side. Stop dwelling in the past, move forward. Could not have said it best. I appreciate you saying it. I mean, you guys can look back and you can get all this other crap. So anyway, I'm happy with it. He's been in the playoffs. He's gotten this team to the playoffs. All you ask for is opportunities in the playoffs. You get to the playoffs, things got to go your way. Everyone's got to play well. And it's hard to win Super Bowls. I mean, ask the Eagles. They got 50, 58, 59 years. They got one. You got like 37% of the league doesn't have any. So, told you this morning, highest paid, and JJ will never let a franchise quarterback walk. 100%, David. I was getting on the fence, man, because it's getting close. And I said, there's just no way that he could absolutely let this happen and take that cap hit. You wish it would have got done sooner. You wish they would have, got this thing cleaned up. Disappointing. Maybe it took this long. But they have, there's work to be done. You've got guys that are going to be coming up that they've got to sign. So curious to see how the structure is working out for it. Very curious to see how that structure works out. But, I am happy for this team. I'm happy for the Cowboys to get it done. And hopefully this is something that they'll be able to kind of put past them. They're not answering the questions every 5 seconds. I mean, you saw Tyler Smith had to do it. So, no, I know it's business. I know it's business. I mean, those things kind of happen. Let me see if Kelly, let me see. I'm going to see if I can get this to work. Let's see if this works. He's called the other one. Hold on. Let me see. Kelly's calling in. Is that Kelly calling in?
What is up, Mike?
Well, wait a minute. I got to try and link. I'm on a show here because the breaking news. Yeah,
man.
Wait a minute. I'm going to try and get you on here so we can get this thing rolling. So let's see. See if we can get. What do you think about it? I got the phone up there. What do you think about this deal, man?
I mean, I'm ecstatic about it. First of all, I mean, we got our quarterback locked up, and I've been saying that, regardless of what has happened, man, it's hard to move on from a franchise guy like Dak, and I know that there's gonna be, I feel like more fans are gonna be
upset. I feel so. I think it's a good day for Cowboys Nation, and we got it done on game day.
Yeah, and can you guys hear Kelly? I got him on. Someone give me a thumbs up. We got to figure it out. If you can hear Kelly, help me out. If you hear him on the call, so let me know if you guys hear him. Give me a thumbs up. Somebody in the chat, give me a thumbs up.
Anybody in the chat.
Is anyone out there? Is anyone listening? Yeah, they can hear you. So listen, Greg and I were talking for 2.5 hours while you were sleeping. You're out there now. I got to get your comment. Because you were there, I think. You were at the game, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Of course, we get the comment, we should have tanked for Shedeur. Did they watch that game, or am I missing something? Help me out.
Oh, my God, dude. I mean, they literally got – I was saying last – they should rename him freaking – his first name should be Groceries because he was getting sacked all night long. And it's not because people are going to say that, that the Colorado offensive line is not – I mean, I didn't see any problems with the offensive line last week. I mean, I think it was Nebraska's front, defensive front that got to him. But the dude was making poor decisions. I mean, he had happy feet. He was leaving the pocket early. Like, I've been saying I think he's an overrated quarterback. He won 4 games last year. Give me a break, man. He's not that great. And no, I would not want him in a Cowboys uniform at all. We got Dak for the next 4 years. I know that's going to make some people extra upset. I just want to give a little special shout out. I don't know if Ultra has made it into the chat yet, but he was steadfast that they weren't going to sign Dak, and we kind of went.
You would have got a jersey.
I would have got a jersey because I said it was going to happen before the season started, and officially the season doesn't start for the Cowboys until 3:25 today, and the deal is done. So, but no, I mean, Shedeur Sanders got his ass kicked last night up and down the block by the Cornhuskers, and yeah, it was a fun thing to see because I mean, I feel like that dude needs a little bit of humility and humbleness. Needs to be humbled a little bit because he's not as great as he thinks he is.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. And I watched that game, and the thing is like the ones who hate Dak the most and say, well, he doesn't win in the big, he's not winning in the playoffs. Those are the same ones that come back with Shador and say, well, he doesn't have a good team or no one's stepping up. He's trying to do everything by himself. Isn't it weird? Like, for one, you expect him to, he's got to walk on water and he has to do everything right. And if the other side sucks, he's got to overcome it. But on the Shador side, for the Dak haters, he gets a pass because he can't do it all by himself. But he puts up big numbers. But for Dak's big numbers, it's garbage time. But for Shador's big numbers, he's resilient. He's resilient.
Yeah, and it's always funny in that, because there's a lot of irony in there. There's a lot of hot meat kettle and throwing stones in glass houses type thing going on there, because yeah, I mean, you're going to sit there and tell me that he doesn't have talent around them when I've been told that Colorado had one of the best recruiting classes in their history 2 years in a row. I mean, they've got some 5-star guys. I mean, is Travis Hunter not a great wide receiver, one of the best in the nation, if not the best in the nation? Last time I checked, yeah, he's pretty damn good. They've got talent. They've got talent on that team. There's plenty of talent, but excuses will get made for him where excuses won't get made for Dak, because unfortunately, some people have made their mind up about Dak and they will not move off of it. And I've really never understood that, because I've been frustrated with Dak. I've cussed at certain moments in time with Dak Prescott. But when I step back and look at it, I realize, you know what? First of all, he's a quarterback for my team that I root for. That's period. I'm always going to be a fan of the guys on the Cowboys. Yeah. And you know what? He earned that contract. He earned that money because, look, 36 wins over the last 3 years. I don't care what anybody says. They should remove the playoffs from it. That is not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. He's won more games in the last 3 years than any other quarterback in the NFL in the regular season. But guess what? In the playoffs, yes, we haven't gone as far as we'd like to, but you got to take back and take that and not look at it through such a narrow lens and just laser in. It's the QB, it's the QB, it's the QB. It's a complete team game.
Yeah.
Any one of these games that you look at, any one of these playoff games that we say Dak had shortcomings, he had a slow start, whatever, there has been other contributing factors that if you don't look at, then you've got blinders on and you're just period, you're a Dak hater. That's what it is. You hate Dak for whatever reason. He's a good dude. He's a great quarterback. And you know what? I think that I've said it before, we're much closer to winning the Super Bowl with Dak than we would be without Dak. Without Dak, life without Dak as a Cowboys fan would be pretty fucking miserable.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the thing is, as I talked about it, on the show today, and I think you and I even kind of talked about it, it's you got to get to the playoffs. I mean, once you get there, things got to go your way. There's no guarantee. Yep. It's hard to win Super Bowls. I mean, Philadelphia, they won 1 in 58 years, and they hold on to that one ever so tightly, which they should. They deserve it. It's hard. I mean, but you got to get to the playoffs. And with Dak Prescott, you're getting it. I hate to use that Stephen Jones line, but you're around the rim. You just got to slam dunk it. Things got to go your way. The superstars have got to step up, Dak included, but Parsons and Tank and Diggs and CD and Ferguson and our running game. I mean, you pointed out, I don't know how many times. I mean, we're averaging 50 yards of rushing in some of these losses that we had. It's all one-sided. Yep. So, but you got to get there. And Dak Prescott can get us into the playoffs year in and year out. We just got to get over that hump as a team.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a matter of if players have in the offseason looked at themselves in the mirror and said, what can I do to be better? I mean, I love the comments that Brandon Cooks made just the other day. Brandon Cooks, that when asked about Dak, he said, look, you know what? He said, it's kind of crazy. And Cooks hasn't even been there because this is his second year and he already sees it. He says, you know what? He's like, I feel like it's very, it's crazy that Dak gets all this blame. He goes, we all have to be better. We have to be better. He goes, and I have to be better. He goes, we have to step up in these moments and help him out because it's not all on him. It's on us. And he gets it. So he gets it. And he's only been there this is his second season and he gets it. So if these players, really in the offseason, if they took that time and they looked in the mirror at themselves and they, evaluated themselves, which hopefully they did, then maybe this team can get over the hump because it's a good team. There's talent across this team. It's a young team. It is a talented team. And I feel like, I feel like, roster for roster, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are right there with any of these other elite teams that are out there. And I think that they do. That you need a little bit of luck, and you need to step up and play big as a team when it matters the most. And having a quarterback is the first thing you need, is having a franchise quarterback. And Dak is absolutely a franchise quarterback. I don't think there's any question that he's the best quarterback in the NFC East. And I think that gives us a leg up immediately in the division, and always has, because he pretty much owns the entire NFC East. So, and I think he'll continue to do so for these next 4 years that he's, with us. And I'm just really glad, man, when I saw the news come through, man, put a big smile on my face. It made me feel better instantly about game day. I'm walking into this game thinking, I hope Dak goes out and just slaughters the Browns. I hope he has a 400 or 500 yard passing day and just blows it out of the water. Thing is, because if Dak has a kind of poor game today and Browns defense gives him fit, oh my God, coming out of the woodwork right now. They're going to be like, we just paid this guy $240 million. That's what they're going to do.
I got to ask you. So, God forbid it happens. I mean, is that going to be part of your? That you're not going to? Are you going to make sure you keep that out of your video? Or what?
Listen, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go low today. I'm not going to go low on a day like today. I'm not going to go low. I would not do that, because look, man, I think that some of these guys, unfortunately, I think some of them are hoping that he has a bad game so that they can can hold on to this thing. And it's like, how are you a fan? How can you be a Cowboys fan and hope that a guy that is the leader of the hope that he has a bad game? Because I guarantee you there's some of them out there that are hoping he has a shit game so that they can go out on Twitter and put out their tweets about, we shine this trash, and just bag on Dak. And first of all, it's week one. If he has a stinker game, look, the season's not over. I'm not throwing in the towel and going, God damn, that was a mistake, we shouldn't have signed him. That'd be a huge overreaction. But for Dak's sake and for Cowboys Nation's sake, the percentage that's reasonable fans and not just hating just to hate, I hope Dak goes out and has himself a day today against the Cleveland Browns defense. And I think he probably will. I think that's a huge weight lifted off of his shoulders right now if you're Dak Prescott. You're walking into this game, you've got the security.
You do. And of course, Ultra comes in just like he usually does. I don't know. Ultra seems like a great guy. I got nothing against him. I don't know how you can live your life the way you do. It just hope for failure of people and be a fan of the team makes zero sense. I think some people just do it because they got nothing better to do all day. But if that's what you want to do, but personally attacking anyone in here, I mean, I know you're military. I would think military people are better than that. The ones I know are. So whatever. I really don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. The people in the chat will handle it. But I just love the negativity of people that just want to see failure. It blows my mind. It makes zero sense to me. Why even follow the team? Go find another team. I mean, that's the beauty of football. There's 32 ever the freaking teams, and you're just going to live your life hoping and praying. That's like, if Dak has a bad game today, I'm going to sit and laugh. Just what you should have done is put your money where your mouth is and bet Kelly. That way my man can get a fresh New Jersey. You know what I mean? Get the man a fresh New Jersey where it needs to go, and then go from there. So anyway, I don't get it. My man Ultra, I don't even know why you even subscribe to this channel. I mean, I would probably just go somewhere else and take that shit somewhere else, because I'm kind of over it's redundant. It's the same shit every week. I don't know why you continue to come here and do it. I guess you're having fun with it. If you do, that's great. It's fun. The people in the chat get a good laugh at it. Kelly gets a good laugh at it. I wish we could have got a jersey out of it. That would have been fun. But anyway, what is your thoughts? I don't know where you're at, so I don't want to keep you, but I saw you call him like,
no, you're fine.
You got to get my man
out.
No,
you're fine, man. I mean, when I heard the news, first thing I thought is, shit, I got to call Mike and see. I didn't know I figured, shit, I know he did a show because I got an alert on my phone said you'd done a show, but I looked on there. I was like, shit, he's not still on there. I said, well, I'm going to call him, and I didn't know you were doing one again. So I was like, fuck it, this works out perfect. Because first thing I wanted to see that I thought about is my co-host here on the show. I thought, man, Tag's he's got to be pretty happy. I mean, what were your thoughts about it? Are you pretty happy about this thing?
The funny thing is we did a segment on this. I mean, we just did a segment, and I'm like, I felt less and less it was going to happen. And I said, I think if it's not done today, Dak, right? His agents always said we're not really going to negotiate during the season. So I mean, all this is going to be is just distraction. Every week, Tyler Smith's going to have to Parsons going to have to answer it. Diggs is going to have to answer. Every week, it's going to be constantly this and this and this and that. So I didn't think I was losing hope that it would get done, but I was hopeful it would. But I'm happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you said he's the best in the NFC. I could argue he's the best NFC East. I mean, we could probably argue he's the best quarterback in the NFC, period. And so why do you let a guy like that walk? And then you're going to pay the $45 million hit next year. So you're basically going to end up with Case Keenum, Fitzpatrick, like one of those types of quarterbacks. And you're going to be back in purgatory trying to find, and hopefully you land a quarterback when you have one that can get you there. That, we just got to get over the hump. But I mean, like I said, man, Dave's happy, so it's good. So, but anyway.
I wholeheartely agree with what you said. I mean, it was a business, it was a smart business move at this point. The fact that, there was going to be $45 million in dead cap money next year. It's like, really, you're going to let one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC, if not the best, you're going to let him walk, and then you're also going to have to eat $45 million. Like, why? At what for what? You've got a team right now that, honestly, I believe has a Super Bowl window, and those windows, I feel like they open and close, but I feel like is depending on your roster. But right now, I feel like we've got a roster. I do. I feel like we've got a roster that can compete for a Super Bowl. I feel like you've got the quarterback that can lead your team and compete. So, I mean, all the things that have happened in the past, all these people that are like, well, he did this and that or whatever. Yeah, the past doesn't determine the future, right? I mean, nobody can predict what's going to happen. Again, I don't know how many times I've said it, and we look back and they're like, well, that he's, this team ain't the Giants or whatever. But in 2007, when the Giants won their Super Bowl and they, went on this crazy run, like nobody expected. They were 9-7 that year. They weren't getting talked about as a Super Bowl team that year. It's things like that crazy things happen. I mean, the Philadelphia run to the Super Bowl the other 2 years ago. I mean, look who they ended up getting matched up with in the playoffs. I mean, they got gifted a playoff run, literally got gifted. I mean, granted, they did play the Niners, but when they played the Niners, their quarterback got knocked quarter. So they're ending up playing with like this third string, basically running back for a quarterback. Like, I mean, they got gifted a playoff, to play the New York Giants of all people and Daniel Jones. I mean, that was a layup. And then they get, an injured 49ers team. So, I mean, the Cowboys can put themselves in position by having a good season this year. And if they can win the NFC East, which I think that they will, that's going to give them, a top seed, possibly a bye, and so look, man, this team just needs to get, like you talked about, get over the hump. But Dak Prescott's he's going to have us in the playoffs. I have no doubt about it. He's going to have us in the playoffs this year. And I think for the next several years, we'll be right back in the playoffs, and unless something crazy happens. So, and just look, Jerry, man, with the drama, everybody was saying he'll do it at the last minute, and I was thinking the same thing. I said, you know what, we're going to do this at the last minute, and then I thought, fuck, man, there's still no deal done. Saturday, I was thinking it was going to happen maybe Friday, nothing, and then Saturday I hear nothing, and I'm going, God, maybe they're not going to get this deal done. Maybe I was wrong, and they're not going to have Dak signed up. So to see that and to see that he's getting that money, $240 million, 231 guaranteed. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy for the team. I think the fan base the majority of the fan base is happy about this.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a good deal.
But you got the ones that they're going to be negative just because that's their life. Course. I mean, you live their life that way. That's the way it's always going to be. So, but like 99% of the chat's happy. 1% who that is not. So that doesn't matter. But I did get an interesting thing from Luis, and he said, let's hope he's worth the price tag. So I would say this to you, Kelly. He signed his contract 4-year, $240. So I'll throw some names in it, and he's now with Tua. He's now with Trevor Lawrence. He's now with Hurts. He's now with Allen. He's now with Burrow. He's now with all these quarterbacks. That's what they get paid. So are they worth it then? I mean, he's getting paid what the market is. It's not. I mean, so I don't know. How do you qualify? Is it worth it? I mean, that's what they pay. That's what the market is. The owners are the fucking ones that decided this, not us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's because people, that's been something that I've argued with people on Twitter. They're like, there's no way Dak is worth $60 million a year. And I said, well, he's worth whatever somebody's willing to pay him. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, unless you've had your head under a rock, there was teams salivating over the chance to possibly vie for Dak Prescott's, for him to be their quarterback. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders was a team, and obviously it can't say too much because, tampering and whatnot. But I mean, the Raiders fans, I've seen tons of Raiders fans say that they wanted Dak Prescott. Giants, they talked about the New York Giants. Their fan base literally there was a picture of Dak Prescott in the New York Giants uniform that they photoshopped. I mean, look, there was teams out there that, and it's funny because you'll get these fans that'll say Dak Prescott's trash, but those same fans were all of a sudden excited as hell at the possibility they might get Dak Prescott. Mm-hmm. And I'm having Eagles fans tell me, "Oh, you guys you guys ain't got faith in Dak. You won't even sign Dak. He's a good quarterback. You guys are treating it good." So all of a sudden Dak's good now. It's funny how these narratives just switch and change. Always. But I will tell you this right now: if Dak Prescott would have hit the free agent market, he would have gotten a boatload of money from. Several teams would have been throwing him, backing up the Brinks truck, ready to pay him $60 million a year. So is he worth it? You're worth whatever somebody's willing to pay you. I understand from the fan perspective, they want to get a Super Bowl out of this. We all do. But guess what? That doesn't lie directly on the contract of the quarterback and say, well, if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, then it wasn't worth it. It's worth whatever he's getting paid because that's how this market works. And that's how it's going to continue to work because the next guy that gets paid is going to get 62, 63, maybe 65 million a year.
Yeah.
And that's how that's going to work. It's going to continue growing. That's because the owners chose to go this way. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is, man. And it's exciting. So we got, I did 2.5 hours. Now I'm doing another half hour with you. So it is awesome. Hang tight because I want to talk to you about something else. I'm going to end the show. Guys, it's about that time, man. It is game time. Dak is signed. All the drama behind us. Let's focus on this game. Cowboys Nation, appreciate you hanging with me once again. I can't get rid of me, I guess. I'll see you guys this afternoon. Kelly, I'll talk to you in a second. Hang tight.
All right.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need